LeBlanc and Jax.
So I like the LeBlanc ban here against Kerp. They talked about how they want to shut him down, make sure he can roam around in Millenium with some very, very fast bans. And they actually ban away the Kassadin. Did the same thing last split, so it's very obvious for everyone they don't play it.
Kerp not a fan of Kassadin, which is a strange one for me, considering how long Kassadin's been strong. You also have to wonder, if you don't play Kassadin, is it even worth learning Kassadin at this point? Because he's just banned out so often, 86.7%.
But it is a ban you
far.
use. I mean, even on blue side, when you have to ban Kassadin every game, it opens up for a lot of different options for the other team now in the pick and ban phase, because they know they don't have to worry about it.
Well, Nidalee was the third and final ban for the Copenhagen Wolves. What are Millenium gonna lock in here first? A first pick Teemo would definitely be a turn up for the bug. Probably not going to happen though. In fact, it's going to be Ziggs here. So, as you mentioned, with a lot of focus on this mid lane, they want to take the Ziggs first of all.
4 mid lane bans, of course. Millenium feel like we can go first pick Ziggs, take it away from cowTard as well, and we know Kerp, he loves to play it. Played it a lot in the last split, he also played in this one and actually did really well. I remember him against Selfie on Twisted Fate, where he just destroyed him in the laning phase here. Evelyn is still open for Airwaks in case he wants to pick it again. Lee Sin, of course, also open. And then if you look at the top laners with Jax being taken away, Renekton, Shyvana, Trundle could be the options. Both top laners actually play all of them.
Well, let's see. The Wolves still got 20 seconds here to decide on their first pairing. And we heard Millenium say that we have to watch out for Airwaks on Evelyn for his flanks, which caused them so many problems last time around. They leave it open for them, and Airwaks is going to select that, and they take the Thresh for Unlimited, who, whilst they've been losing games, his Thresh has really not looked bad at all.
No, he's actually been pretty good on it. Generally, when it comes to skill shots, I actually like Unlimited as a player. His mechanics are pretty decent. And also like the fact they take it away from Jree, who of course loves to play it. Same thing here with Evelyn for Airwaks. We've seen Kottenx play it before, and we've also seen Airwaks play it, and he's really good on Evelyn. There's actually games where he picked up over 10 kills on this champion.
On the other side then, Kottenx also locking in his jungler this round as they take Lee Sin. And then we also see an AD carry choice for Millenium. Lucian, who's been picked pretty much every single game so far.
There's a very standard picks for both teams. We need to see what Woolite wants to play. Normally the hyper carries really is something he favors. It's something where Copenhagen Wolves like to build comps around him. So as long as he gets some farm, he can be very strong in the team fights. And it's a hard tactic to pull off, the protect the AD carry. It actually died out if you just go like half a year back, if you maybe go a year back to CLG, who used to do it with double lift and protect the AD carried. They stopped doing it, it didn't work for them. Copenhagen Wolves kind of picked it up, did the same thing last split with Forgiven. Sometimes it worked if the AD carry got to the 6th item point where he could just destroy everyone. If not, then it's hard to do pretty much enough damage just being the AD carry.
Well, he takes Kog'Maw this time around. Already seen him play Kog'Maw before this season. In fact, he had that game against Roccat where he went 11-13 with the Kog'Maw. Fantastic performance there. And Twisted Fate for cowTard in the mid lane.
Okay, so with the Twisted Fate here and the Evelyn you're looking for, a very strong pick combo already actually for Copenhagen, who was trying to set up some unexpected fights for Millenium, where of course Evelyn pops out of stealth, TF teleports in for the fight here and quickly turns it around in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. And we could see cowTard put a lot of focus on making sure Woolite and Unlimited in this bot lane here get some kills early on, gets going, so you get Kog'Maw to his mid or his late game part, where of course he's becoming so strong, he scales so well.
So for the top lane then, that was the one that the question was really left open here. It's going to be Aurelia for Kevin on the top lane for Millenium. They take Leona as the support along with Lucian for the duo lane. Now, where does YoungBuck go? We already talked yesterday about how AP top laners have just not gone his way. Played 4 AP top laners and lost all 4 games. What's he going to go here against Aurelia?
I mean, if he wants to lock in an AP top lane, Lulu could be the ideal pick, because again, he can protect Woolite, he can try and he provides a good wave clear with the Twisted Fate as well for Copenhagen Wolves. Otherwise, he could go for the standard tank. I mean, either he goes for the Shyvana Trundle if he wants to be able to do a lot in the late game, or he can go for Renekton if they want to try and shut down Aurelia early on. Twisted Fate joins in, ganks up to the Aurelia here, gets him rolling on Renekton, and try to do the same thing SK Gaming did in the last game. However, that's going to be hard because, of course, Woolite needs more time building up, where Creaton on Lucian is going to be very strong throughout the entire time of the game.
So, looks like it will be Shyvana in that top lane for YoungBuck as the final choice for the Copenhagen Wolves. what I want to know here is, have they got enough to protect Woolite when it comes to fights?
Well, they're actually not looking to do it this time around. It's pretty much just going to be unlimited, and then cowTard trying to land a few stunts in the back here while he's setting up things, unless he plays it very aggressive, jumps into the backline with an hourglass, together with, of course, Shyvana and Evelyn flanking around here. So that's how Copenhagen Wolves could play it. We might see them try and focus more on either split pushing or just picking off targets from Millenium, but they need to be very careful, especially in the laning phase. Lucian, of course, very strong in the lane phase. Ziggs is very strong against the Twisted Fate as well. Lee Sin, we just saw it in the last game, how much you can do early on with Lee Sin here. So Millenium definitely looking for a stronger early mid game compared to Copenhagen Wolves, so we need to see what they can do to actually get to this late game point.
Airwaks on the Evelyn that caused them so many problems last time around, and as we said, was the sole defeat for Millenium in week 1, where they actually ended 3-1. But guys, who do you think has the edge after picks and bans? Tweet hashtag MILWin or hashtag CWWin to @LOL Esports, and we'll see who you think landed the better lineup.
For me, I mean, it's hard to say, but I really like the fact that Millenium has good lanes and at the same time also scales really well into late game point. I mean, Aurelia is very strong in late game team fights, of course. Ziggs scales really well into the late game. Lucian, we always talk about how he's good all around. And at the same time, for Copenhagen Wolves, you want to get Woolite going, you want to get Twisted Fate going, build up a few items before you can really start to carry the game. And of course, Shyvana as well, we always talk about how she needs also to get to late game point. So I feel like overall, Millenium looking very strong throughout the entire game, where Copenhagen Wolves needs to get to the late game point.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Airwaks and cowTard in particular really, I think, get this game going for the Copenhagen Wolves. How will they use that destiny, and with the Evelyn already in place to get this game in their favor? We're going to find out, though, as we head into the match. It's Millenium versus the Copenhagen Wolves for the second time this season. And, of course, it's the Copenhagen Wolves that lead the head-to-head at 1-0 in their favor. And both of these teams, to be frank, really need a win.
Yeah, both of them. Millenium, of course, want to bounce back from the losing streak, and Copenhagen Wolves want to get out of this relegation spot, want to get towards the playoff, which is everything these teams are playing for. Get to the playoffs, of course, try and qualify for Worlds, or at least secure your spot in the next seasons of LCS.
Keep your job at the end of it. That's a very important thing to have. And both these teams, the way that things went last split and the way that they look right now, something needs to drastically change, I think, on both sides of the coin. This match, though, is a good start for both of them, and will give either one a little bit of an edge and a boost of confidence that I'm sure both teams need.
cowTard actually started Ignite here on Twisted Fate. Often you actually see Ghost Flash, and just brings a lot of mobility. Also your ganks, because you can chase with the Ghost, is very, very strong. Decided to go for Ignite here, so really looking to try and set up some kills here, play very aggressive maybe. And of course, cleanse on to Woolite here, because he's against Leona. He doesn't want to get locked down.
Once that's down, though, you got to fear for Woolite. We'll see, though. We'll see how this all works out as early ward comes down there on the red side ramp into River. And there's your vote, 53% in favor of the Copenhagen Wolves. So that vote as well, swinging a little bit after picks and bans.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to rely a lot on Airwaks on Evelyn, and of course cowTard on this Twisted Fate. If he can survive the laning phase against Kerp here, who of course destroyed Selfie on Twisted Fate in week 1, and then actually start setting up some picks for Copenhagen Wolves, and therefore try and snowball either YoungBuck or Woolite.
So Millenium are invading here. That was already spotted by the Copenhagen Wolves, who themselves are heading towards the Millenium red buff. So looks like a simple exchange of red buffs, and then both junglers will be moving back onto their own side of the jungle to do the blues. In terms of lane swaps, we're seeing that two men, the duo lane for Millenium is headed to the top lane. The duo for the Wolves is staying down bottom, and the whole buddy system going on there as well, with the top laner joining the jungler on the way through the jungle.
And Copenhagen Wolves can actually be very happy with this lane swap, because Shyvana and Evelyn together can clear the jungle very, very fast. Both of them, of course, with AoE damage onto the minions here. Not farming together for now. YoungBuck just waiting at the blue buff for Airwaks to join him, and then they can do the body system and clear the jungle.
Blue's going to be taken down here quickly. It leaves the option for both top laners and both junglers to join in with their duo lanes and maybe have a bit of a push onto these towers. We'll see if that will actually be the case. It also means that the mid laners are going to have a very much head-to-head game here as they just look for that farm. Early stages of things, Kerp doing a slightly better of the two.
Just pushing the lane up a little bit. cowTard are gonna push it back towards Kerp here, and both of them, of course, need to be careful, because you can get ganked by both the top laner and the jungler here early on with the new lane swaps.
You see Wave gonna be pushed out, which offers a little bit more security to Kerp. Millenium, meanwhile, sending their top laner and jungler onto the top side of that Copenhagen Wolves red side jungle. It's Jree and Creaton, though, who will be alone doing damage to the tower. Bottom side, there's no push onto the tower from the Copenhagen Wolves. In fact, they sent unlimited top, but he's kind of walked back to base and now he's walking back out again.
Well, so Woolite down this bottom lane decided to pull the minion waves when the very first one spawned in the lane, and therefore got it to push towards Copenhagen Wolves and just been freezing the lane now. So unlimited, he's free to roam around here. Got level 2 down the bottom lane, then recalled to make sure he can at least do something if a fight should break out. And now just a little bit of damage being trading back and forth here. Both supports also joining in. So 4 members around this mid lane.
That also gives us a bit of deja vu, or Woolite in particular. Against Gambit yesterday, he had 15 minutes to farm absolutely alone. Oh, YoungBuck actually face-checking here into the tri-bush, but no one to join Jree to put that in. But as I was saying, 15 minutes Woolite had yesterday to farm without any pressure, without anyone in his lane, and so far it's going the same way.
And again, this is why Copenhagen Wolves can be so happy about the lane swap. As long as they can defend this top tower here, make sure this wave won't get frozen by Creaton, then Woolite on a hyper carry who just want to get to the late game point can just stand down this bottom lane by himself and freeze it for as long as he wants to. Unless Millenium actually moves in to try and push the wave out, he can just pick up so much farm, get first item and get to the point where he can really start doing a lot of damage.
Difference in that game was that Genja, in the pressured of the duo lanes, we can call it, managed to actually keep up in farmers. cowTard going to take a lot of damage. Ignite goes down, mines come in and a flash away from cowTard. Will Kerp risk the flash? Bouncing bomb comes through, cowTard out of range, but he's going to have to recall.
And we talked about how Ziggs can do so much damage onto Twisted Fate here, and forcing the flash away from cowTard and putting a lot of pressure. Airwaks staying around there, still unspotted actually. Kerp didn't see him. Should maybe just try and push out the wave here so cowTard can actually recall.
Well, cowTard's going to try and recall, but I've got a feeling that another bouncing bomb will be headed his way. Yeah, that recall was just cancelled out, and Kerp can just do this over and over, but there is Airwaks actually appearing out of thin air and will do a lot of damage back on towards Kerp.
And notice down this bottom lane here, Kevin actually went down to try and push the wave out, and as soon as Copenhagen Wolves saw him, unlimited, he just ran all the way down to the bottom lane, so there are 2 members again to try and zone him away from as much farm as possible. So very good move so far by Copenhagen Wolves. Of course, this tower up top is taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, YoungBuck also taking a lot of damage there. Jree had to tank 2 tower hits for the pleasure, but they've got YoungBuck very, very low. May force him to actually recall with that wave. Finally, Millenium add a second man to this bottom lane as well to try and defend. There's a huge wave coming through here from the Copenhagen Wolves side of the minions. So Airwaks again visits mid. cowTard has come back in there, and Kerp is trying to recall. Will be cancelled out. I think wildcards will have come through there to stop that happening.
So now Copenhagen Wolves finally getting some damage on the tower here. The top one we just talked about before is very, very low already. We're going to Kevin here.
It's a good hook, but yeah, not much.
A little bit of poke.
Oh yeah, it's actually a decent amount of follow that they got onto him there. And as Kevin comes out for the minions,
look at cowTard, level 6.
Yeah, he is level 6, so he could come down to this bottom lane. They could dive this one.
They could dive it. Airwaks joining in as well. He's down to 50% HP, so he won't be the guy tanking the tower. Kevin has been hooked. There we go.
There we go. Twisted Fate going to join in. Kevin's the one that's low. Unlimited tanking up the tower. The first blood going over to the AD carry, and can't knock the Copenhagen Wolves there on that one. They are going to lose this top tower for the pleasure, though.
Yeah, so they got first blood onto the hyper carry. They also managed to get assist on the 4 members from Copenhagen Wolves. Denied a lot of farm from Kevin here. Could even be forcing Kevin now to either go top lane if he wants to get some farm, or return here to face Woolite, who's so far ahead. Very good move, honestly, even though they lost the top tower.
YoungBuck will actually do a lot of damage here to Jree. AD carry was already mid-recall as cowTard again feeling that pressure as soon as he goes back into that 1 versus 1. But that's the question that we really had. How good is cowTard going to be with this Twisted Fate? How is his Destinies going to shape the game for the Copenhagen Wolves? And so far, a kill for 1 Destiny used. Doesn't get much better than that usually.
Nope, and it's going to be all about his ult here, because again, it's such a risky matchup he picks here. And he knew, of course, going into the game, facing a Ziggs, especially Kerp on it, would be very, very hard. So just rely on setting up kills for the team here. And of course, the first gank was a great success for him. And now, of course, they want to try and shut down this Kevin, who is behind. Level 5 on Shyvana, only level 4 on Kevin.
Airwaks level 6 there as well. So He has his ultimate available. YoungBuck must be getting a little bit closer to hitting his ultimate as well. But Airwaks deciding, okay, Kevin's not going to come far enough out for us to be able to lock him up. Kevin's still got his flash intact as well, so no real pressure for them. However, this could be different as the blue buff going to be started off by Millenium, and Airwaks is waiting with Smite available.
We have Smite here, Kottenx waiting for Kerp to come out and grab it. Should be able to Smite steal it. There we go.
Classic,
nothing better.
Classic Evelyn move.
Yeah.
Moving in, and that, you know, it becomes even easier when the jungler says, okay, I'm going to smite it, and Kerp, you just come along, throw a bomb in there, and we'll take it away. But unfortunate for Millenium, and Kerp probably going to be slightly annoyed at that one, the fact that he's not going to get a blue buff, unless they, of course, challenge for the Copenhagen Wolves blue buff with it, which is already up and in position.
Well, it should at least buy some time for cowTard to actually get some farm here and don't get constantly poked down by a Ziggs, because once you get blue buff to Ziggs, it's just poke, poke, poke all the time. But because cowTard is very low, Kottenx is level 6, feeling very strong. They actually want to try and go for this one, just too late, and cowTard managed to pick up the blue buff.
In the bush as well, so not much that they could do about that one. Meanwhile, the duos are now head-to-head in the bottom lane. Nice little lead for Woolite there, 83 to 74 CS, plus, of course, that first blood that they got earlier on, and now Airwaks is coming down bottom as well.
And we saw last game how much you can do with the lantern here when you're playing in the Thresh, of course, and they might try and set something up. Airwaks still staying behind. No pink ward, of course, to actually spot him out.
And that's the danger. Ward in the brush, but doesn't give you any advantage whatsoever because the Wolves have that Evelyn. They do, however, have Lee Sin around just in case that were to actually end up kicking off, and it is actually going to kick off because they go towards Woolite. Solar Flare comes down. Woolite will use his cleanse and was able to walk a little bit further away from that one. There's the kickback. The bomb's coming through. The bomb, will he get anyone? It does. Creaton actually finishes off the kill there, and the Wolves going so low from that one.
And that was such a smart play by Millenium. Everything actually started in the mid lane here. Kerp, he pinged for the team to know that Twisted Fate wasn't in the laning phase, so they knew, okay, Copenhagen Wolves want to set something up here. As soon as cowTard returned to the mid lane, they re-engaged because they knew, okay, now he won't be able to port down. Kerp could interrupt him and therefore took the fight with the Lee Sin again and just destroyed Millenium on it. Oh, sorry, Copenhagen Wolves picked up a dragon as well and double buff onto Creaton.
Double buff on the AD carry. Sat on 1-0-0, and Woolite, despite his initial kill, is going to find this lane a little bit harder to work with now with all that extra pressure coming his way. And again, Jree setting things up nicely again, landing the Zenith plate, getting the stun off, a good solar flare. Woolite using his cleanse, but not always enough, as we've just seen.
Twisted Fate with teleport. Walking down towards this bottom lane here. Airwaks is there once again. They want to get this double buff.
They're going to go for it. Jree actually moving a little bit far out. Will he kill off Unlimited though? Jree actually in so much trouble. He'll be finished off. And it's Woolite that actually gets the kill in the end.
So they managed to pick up a kill here. Pretty good timing because Kerp has recall in this mid lane. So cowTard will be able to return and pick up farm as well. Good setup by Copenhagen Wolves. Using the Twisted Fate pretty well so far. But also very good communication from Millenium in the last fight.
cowTard gonna spot himself a pink ward there. Extra bit of gold, and could do with some boots at this stage as well. I think it's taken him a while to actually walk into position to get those Destiny ganks off, although can't really knock him. He's done it twice and they've picked up 2 kills for the pleasure of it. Let's have a look down some of the items here as we get a bit further into game. Both mid laners got themselves that Athene's Unholy Grail. Kerp got a slight advantage there since he got that second Doran's Ring.
And also down this bottom lane here. Double buff, of course, onto Creaton. He managed to pick up 1 kill, but has 2 kills on the side of Woolite, so should be able to complete his Blade of the Ruin King very soon. Maybe even actually in the next recall. And then start building towards possibly a Trinity Force. Could really use it now where Copenhagen Wolves have a team who can't really protect him too well. The Trinity Force would give a lot of mobility for him. Make him, at least, make it easier for him to survive a fight where Millenium might jump onto him.
Well, that Blade of the Ruin King is done. Bloodthirster on the other side. Look at this, Airwaks moving up to the top lane. They've got Lease in there once again, and Airwaks is going to ulti down. There is Kevin right in the mix, and they turn things around. Airwaks now on the back foot will actually flash back into the lane the whole time Kevin's taking damage. Is Kevin going to fall? Is he going to die? He is going to go down. YoungBuck gets that one. Can he finish off Kottenx as well? Didn't dare to chase underneath the tower. 1 for 1.
And the flash from Airwaks here actually secured the kill onto Kevin afterwards, because Millenium had to use so much time on actually killing him when the Sonic Wave missed, and therefore managed to pick up a kill in return for YoungBuck. So 1 for 1. Again though, Lee Sin always being the right place, finding the Evelyn, taking the fights.
And that's something that they said. We have to be careful of the flanks. Made me think maybe an Evelyn ban would come out, but obvious that they've studied the paths that Airwaks has been taking here, because Kottenx is in the right position at the right time pretty much the entire time so far.
Yeah, and Kerp as well here, stealing away the Wraiths from poor cowTard.
Always a bonus.
Always a bonus, of course.
So, let's see Pink Ward down in his own jungle. Get a bit of vision back. The Pink Ward out the back of the red buff is still there. That's something that Airwaks will want to get away if he's to think about ganking up towards his top lane and moving across to the middle as well. But it looks like both teams are quite happy at this stage to get back into a little bit more farming. YoungBuck now has the level advantage and got...
Pretty much had it the entire time,
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, look at the CS lead that he's got there. He's pretty huge.
He's really been doing a good job with the lead he got from the lane swap. Now cowTard ganking onto Kevin.
And Kevin's dead. There's 3 of them right on top of him. Okay, I'm saying he's dead. I'm going to take that back because maybe he'll pull off something amazing here, but he's running off towards the execute. Is he going to be able to get it? cowTard, as I said before, needs some boots because he is slow right now. And now Kevin actually is moving south. He's going to try and get away from it.
He's going to get out. I mean, Lee Sin is there to help him. Kerp could join in as well. So the very, very slow Twisted Fate. Again, this is one of the reasons a lot of Twisted Fate players actually go Ghost, because then they can chase on for the kill and, of course, also buy some boots early on.
And Kevin just TPs straight to the top lane and carries on farming. You know, I'm fine with being corrected when it's a nice little escape like that, but there were 3 men on top of him. You don't expect him to get away from it as
there was no flash.
Spectacularly like he did.
No, but still, at least we see, again, the idea behind the Twisted Fate pick. Every time the ulti is ready, cowTard is looking for the gank here. This time around it didn't work, and the bomb! Oh, Kerp as well. Beautiful. And
that's the thing that we've seen over and over.
Why didn't Airwaks smite it? He had smite. He knew the bomb would actually get the golem. I'm not sure why he was waiting for cowTard when he could see the bomb would land and smite it away.
Oh, he did use smite?
No, he used it afterwards on the wolf camp.
Okay. Well, that's a question you're going to have to ask him later, Deficio, I think. Oh, Jree almost landing the Zenith Blade onto Unlimited down bottom. This lane, despite the early pressure that was on it, is actually quietened down for now. And we heard in the pre-game video that Woolite said, you know, bottom lane, they don't necessarily win, don't necessarily lose, but they always seem to go even. But now we see the jungle pressure once again. Kottenx and Airwaks both going to be there. They're going in towards Unlimited as the culling comes through. Airwaks kicked away. Here comes a TP down into the bottom lane from YoungBuck. Can they lock anyone up? YoungBuck's going to dive on right in the middle of them. And surely the range of Cogmore will be enough. No! Kottenx gets away with hardly any help.
So Millenium managed to back away from this one. Dragon, however, is going to spawn in 20 seconds. Copenhagen Wolves is staying around here to get some wards and try and set up for the Dragon. No teleport, and Kevin, of course, had to use it after his chase. And I just have to correct myself from before. There was actually about 2 seconds on the smite from Airwaks when the blue buff was stolen by Kerp. So he did do everything he could.
So you answered your own question.
Yes, that was why he didn't smite it.
Because he didn't have smite. Dragon timer obviously wasn't there for the Copenhagen Wolves. They just walked to it thinking, yes, we got a kill, or almost got a kill. Alleviate the pressure, now we get a Dragon, but without the timer, that becomes a little bit harder. However, they've got wards down there, so they'll be seeing when that one and is now available for them. See what they're moving, because Millenium, of course, are all back onto the map.
But it's going to be Millenium moving for the Dragon. No teleport onto Shyvana here, up in this top lane. Kevin recalled, now running from base to this Dragon here. So Millenium are going to be 5 members. And YoungBuck, he's stuck up in this top lane.
And it's a long way to walk.
Moving down, though.
He is walking. We'll see if the Copenhagen Wolves can actually delay this one long enough. Stop Millenium from taking it before YoungBuck can actually get involved in this one whatsoever. There is the Destiny pop. Where is Twisted Fate going to go? Is he even going to use that Destiny? There is the Dragon going down in favor of Millenium. Good Lantern, but that may just leave Airwaks to his death here down the bottom. Lee Sin will follow through. Creaton actually going pretty low from this, but Kottenx gets up the kill along with the Dragon. Good move from Millenium.
Dragon 1 kill as soon as they saw YoungBuck actually recall from the Dragon before Kevin recalled himself and just ran from the base to the Dragon, knowing he was going to be there. YoungBuck wouldn't be, and therefore they could take it and also go for the kill. And poor Airwaks, he's not lucky on the summoners. The flash was almost ready, and then he died.
Kerp again just knocking cowTard against the wall with the satchel charge. Done a fantastic job of getting his farm roll in this game. 194 to 157. 2 assists to his name. He'll be moving up towards that Rabadon's death cap soon. Already got his needlessly large rod, as is the case, by the way, over with cowTard. We've only seen one tower go down so far this game. 18.5 minutes in. That may actually change here. Woolite onto the Millenium outer turret, and he just throws the damage at Creaton and takes a lantern.
I like the way he plays, man. He's so manly, just staying there. And Kerp as well. A lot of damage onto cowTard.
cowTard in trouble. Actually, we use a flash, but the bomb comes through. Ignite!
Got him!
Ignite! One more tick there from Kerp, and it manages to finish him off. And just as you think the flash was enough for him to actually get away, the bomb follows through. Brilliant again from Kerp.
Yeah, he really loves this matchup here. Again, he did it back in week 1 against Self. He just destroyed him on Twisted Fate, picked up kills by himself, doing the same thing here against cowTard. Ulti is going to be ready soon though for cowTard, so let's see if you want to do something once he actually gets out from the base. The mid lane is being pressured, and now Kottenx coming down to the spot lane. Nice lantern once again.
The way to safety. Is that enough here for the turret though? Down to hardly any HP. Survive. Just about. That lane manages to stay alive. And yeah, Ziggs performances, if we want to touch on that again. Pretty much Kerp has picked Ziggs when he can. If he's not banned, and if LeBlanc's banned, then he's going to be taking that Ziggs. As we see cowTard again moving down to bottom. Destiny is available for him. But the turret is still there, and they see cowTard down the bottom there now because of that ward inside of the tri-bush, so he will walk away. But we've seen everything from Kerp on Ziggs, stealing buffs left and right, stealing barons even with the Ziggs bomb as well.
Yes, he really, really loves Ziggs, and it's funny because when you talk with him, he always is like, yeah, you know, he's boring to play, I want to play Fist, I want to play Assassin all the time, and then whenever he picks the Ziggs, he just does so well, every time.
Mastering, especially the satchel charge. He seems to always knock them against the wall, get that mini stun from it, and then really push through the damage. So of course the 1v1 earlier as cowTard died to that last tick of Kerp's Ignite. You can see how passively cowTard's having to play this lane, because if he comes too far out, Kerp's going to attack.
So there's no ward this time for Millenium on the blue buff, so Kerp would have to go for a blind. I don't think he's going to try. There should be a blue buff now for cowTard. Again, ulti is ready for him, Flash is not. However, he did pick up some boots this time, a little bit faster. Not upgraded yet, however. We need to see where he wants to set up a gank. Every single member from Millenium with Flash at the moment, and everyone is actually in a fairly good position to avoid a gank.
It's hard to really set anything up when Millenium aren't pushed up really anywhere on the map at all. Bottom lane went back, top lane went back. Ziggs, of course, in the mid lane. He's going to be 1 versus 1. And, well, there's the kill.
Yeah, well, Airwaks was moving around this jungle pretty well. And meanwhile, Kottenx just said, I don't care where you are, I'm just going to go dive the mid lane here. There was, of course, no flash on cowTard, and another kill picked up by Kerp.
And maybe now moving down towards this bottom side. Kevin
coming behind
is going to use the TP. Woolite's in trouble. Takes a lantern, but the solar flare will land. Cleansed away from instantly. They want unlimited first of all, but Woolite will be the second target. Creaton is going to get the kill on that one. I think Woolite might be far enough away to stop this being a problem to him. He's already headed on towards the top side of his jungle. Millenium, they don't need to chase you. They can push the mid lane.
Yeah, and again here, using the teleport really well by Millenium, and also using the fact that Kerp is so far ahead in this mid lane here. We actually see the replay, the kill onto cowTard. Of course, Airwaks is very far away. Kicks him straight into the ulti. That was beautiful. And then they use the fact that the tower is gone and cowTard is there to just move around the bottom lane and then set up the gank. And now Copenhagen Wolves looking for a fight.
Coming back in, damage coming towards Kerp. He will have to flash away, and there's a lot of damage coming back their way. Destiny's going to be used. YoungBuck dives in towards Kevin, but where is Twisted Fate going to go? He went off to the side, picked up the kill on Ziggs, and manages to survive through all the damage as well. So nice little reply from the Wolves.
Also managed to stop Millenium from killing the tower here. Picked up a kill, and now they're actually pushing down a little bit. Don't have enough minions or actually enough members to actually do it. Dragon spawning in 50 seconds, so still have to wait for it. Can just go back to lanes, pick up some form, and prepare for the dragon.
So 22 minutes 45 in. Let's take a look at where we are with gold. 2,500 is the lead that Millenium have. 3-1 up in turrets, a couple of kills going their way as well. And on the farm side, some areas it's looking good. Kerp, for example, in the mid lane is massively ahead of cowTard, 250 to 187 CS. However, top lane goes the other way in favor of YoungBuck. 80 carries, pretty much bang even.
bang even here. And of course, Copenhagen was just waiting for Woolite to scale up to the late game, waiting for cowTard as well to pick up some items. Therefore, the fact you could actually get a kill onto Kerp was a very big thing for him. Ulti isn't ready now, so he can't set up a gank before the dragon, so Copenhagen Wolves just have to go down and start it straight up. YoungBuck from this top lane is running down, Kevin and Creaton actually running from the base, so at the moment, Copenhagen Wolves just waiting around us, of course, for Woolite coming in. Could see a very big fight starting here.
We talk so often about how strong Ziggs is at controlling those mini waves, stopping the sieges or sieging up himself, but this is another one of his strong points, poking constantly in dragon pits and what have you as that fight is going to kick off. cowTard's caught out, he's dead. Creaton picks that one up, and now they go for Airwaks. He actually sidesteps the ultimate out of Leona, but they're going on towards the dragon. Millenium. Kevin just completely taking YoungBuck out of the fight in the mid lane. Millenium again come later to Dragon, end up getting a kill, and then the Dragon, and they're going to have the tower as well.
Pick up the tower. Oh, onto Unlimited here. No, Kevin backs away. Didn't want to fight as soon as the rest of Copenhagen Wolves joined in here. But the engage from Millenium with Jree first landing the stun and Kottenx kicking someone from Copenhagen Wolves into the team here. It's just easy for them to get the first kill. And then because Kevin was fighting YoungBuck here and winning the one-on-one so heavily in his favor, Millenium just felt they could just go straight for the fight down here. Knew Kevin could join in later, picked up a kill again, picked up a dragon.
We see Trinity falls for Irelia. That's where Kevin now feeling a lot more comfortable and where he can absolutely destroy YoungBuck. There wasn't really much of a contest in that mid lane. Woolite will be gifted a red buff. So, that gold, I was talking just a few moments ago how it was about 2,500. That's jumped considerably, about over 5,000 gold now in favor of Millenium. Here we see once again Kottenx coming in, and the Lantern for the millionth time possibly this game, pulling Woolite to safety.
So Woolite actually went for the static shift instead of going Trinity Force here, so really relying a lot on his position and also on Millenium. I mean, if Jree lands a stun onto him and Cleanse is gone, there's nothing he can do to survive. He's just going to get locked down, they're going to jump onto him, unless of course there's a Lantern from Unlimited. So he's putting a lot of faith into Unlimited and also his own positioning and his use of Cleanse, of course, in these fights here.
Also did see in the meantime cowTard go down and finish off the outer tower of Millenium, and that was only the second tower pickup of the game for the Copenhagen Wolves. Is YoungBuck going to come out? They need to run away completely from this one because there are 4 men now, 4 Millenium gathering around. We've got Kevin down the bottom lane. Actually doesn't have a TP, but YoungBuck does. But if you've got 4 men in your lane, you can't do anything with the TP.
If they know Kevin is gone from the team here and there's no teleport, they're moving all the members of here. They could start a fight. Millenium, though, wisely enough, just backs away as soon as they see Copenhagen Wolves moving because they know Kevin is so far away. This mid lane tower, though, taking a lot of damage from Woolite.
Yeah, he's been left alone on that one, and Millenium looking a little bit disjointed here. A couple of them coming back, a couple of them going back towards the top lane. In the end, they all go back top lane. Kevin still doesn't have... now, he just literally just came off cooldown, so he's got the TP. That means that they can actually stick around and do some damage and maybe take this in a tower.
Yeah, they were basically just thinking a little bit too far ahead here, so they just went up to the top lane to set up the whole push because they knew teleport would be ready soon. This wasn't ready in time, and therefore they actually gave up the mid tower for nothing. Copenhagen Wolves, though, this tower is already down to 50%. It's going to be hard for them to defend it.
Really going to go completely as Woolite going to get connected onto there with the Q of Lee Sin, and actually he's gone in there. They kick Unlimited back though. That's a kill for nothing. Nicely set up again by Kottenx.
Such a nice play by Kottenx. They're going for YoungBuck though.
He's in the middle of nowhere. He's dead as well. Not really. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do in that scenario. Millenium all pretty much decently full when it comes to health bars. And now Millenium starting to back away. Airwaks, is he going to face check here? Jree waiting off to the side.
cowTard, no flash.
And he comes in. There is Jree flashing in. Stun card is pulled, but that won't save him. Kottenx gets himself another one. 3-0-6. And for a second game in a row, Lee Sin coming up wonders.
It was like watching a horror movie. You just knew, okay, the killer would be there. He just walks straight into them. They go into him, and that's an easy kill. Millenium now onto the Baron, of course. And this fight before here, all set up by Kottenx, and now onto Woolite.
That's a good flash, but flash into a culling nonetheless, and Creaton will get that one. Airwaks in the meantime coming in. He gets bounced away by the satchel charge. Not sure that Airwaks is living through it. Kerp gets that kill. Did the Baron reset? No, it didn't.
Perfect.
Kind of did start to regen, but doesn't really matter. It's going to be taken down. Unlimited's got to be some kind of crazy thresh hero. He's not even going to try. Baron goes to Millenium.
So all this here actually started with Kottenx setting up a beautiful play up in the top lane where he jumps onto Woolite, trying to bait out a flash here from Woolite. Woolite doesn't use it. Unlimited was actually standing further away. It's just an easy kick then. He doesn't flash because he doesn't expect to be the target. So Kottenx just kicks him back to the team, pick up 1 kill. YoungBuck then was behind the team trying to flank around before Unlimited died, and it was just an easy pickup for them. Another kill, move down. cowTard was the next target, of course. Woolite as well. Millenium just taking 1 kill, another kill, and then they take the Baron, and then take another kill. So very, very strong play for them. As soon as they managed to set up this team fight here, it took so many kills. Everything set up in the start by Kottenx.
Kills are in such good places as well. Creaton on Lucian, 5-0-3, Trinity Force, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, got a Vamp Scepter now as well. 4-1-6 in the mid lane for Kerp. We've seen his damage, no wonder. Death Cap with the Themes Unholy Grail, Void Staff, and another needlessly large rod as well. So hard to compete with that.
Now the question is, for Millenium, in the past we have seen games where they don't know how to close them. When they have the lead, they have the Baron buff and everything, and don't manage to do anything with it for like 20 minutes and therefore open up for the other team to get to late game, give them a lot of farm. We need to see now if they've improved and now can use the advantage to actually finish this game.
And especially with the Ziggs, that's what you'd expect them to do, to get to the tower, poke as much as they possibly can, and then, well, Copenhagen Wolves might just have to back away from it. But there we go, Destiny's going to be used. Airwaks going to flank around the side. Where are they going to go? It's YoungBuck, they're trying to get into the middle. Kerp is actually going to throw the bomb up in the air. YoungBuck will be finished off, and at the back, Kevin is absolutely destroying everyone. Cologne comes through as well, and just like that, the Copenhagen Wolves try to find something in this game, and they lose 3 men.
Yeah, we had Hourglass on to cowTard here, so he wanted to engage, pop the Hourglass and hope for Millenium to just group on him, and then the Copenhagen Wolves could jump in with Evelyn, with Shyvana, of course, with all their AoE damage and try and kill Millenium here. But they're just pushing on. Inhibitor is gone. 10 seconds on Unlimited. He's the first member to spawn, so they're just gonna back away.
Almost forgetting that last hit onto the inhib there, but did get it finished off. So nice move once again from Millenium. They're regenning up with that Baron buff on, and this should be the final turret outside of the base.
So look at the fight here. cowTard engages in with Hourglass, just pops it instantly as he joins. The rest of Copenhagen Wolves comes in here. Woolite is stunned in the backside here. Down the bottom of it, YoungBuck is dead. And from here on, there's just nothing Copenhagen Wolves can do because they're so far behind. As soon as they engage, pretty much fails from cowTard because, again, nobody from Millenium actually buys onto it and just stays in a group. They instantly spread out multiple sides here, multiple threats, moving different ways. So Copenhagen Wolves couldn't shut anyone down instantly, and therefore Millenium just turned the fight around.
Damage from Kerp is becoming a little bit too much. Looks like they want to try it again. Kottenx is basically the human ward to spot Evelyn trying to flank this time around. And there is a bit of a scan. Are they going to be able to get onto it? One thing that they do have here, the Copenhagen Wolves, with Twisted Fate half an hour into the game, he's still got decent wave clear, but they just can't hold on to the damage as the bomb comes through. The Culling follows. It's not enough to actually pick up a kill, but they almost got 1, 2, maybe even 3 of them from that. They get this tower. They might not be quick enough, the Wolves, to come back and save the inhib tower.
I like this play from Millenium, being so aggressive, knowing they have so much damage here to just force Copenhagen Wolves back every time. Second inhib should go down here, and now they're just backing away. So very, very good use of the Baron buff for Millenium.
Gold galore probably over on the Millenium side of things. So again, 6-0-3 on Lucian, 3-0-10 on Kottenx, making the play similar to how well Svenskeren did in that last game. Millenium just back away, gonna take themselves another dragon. They've had all of the dragons so far. I believe that's their 4th. The Baron, they're 8-3 up in turrets, doing so well across the map. And you have to wonder, a couple of times the Copenhagen Wolves were first to dragon, but they were pushed away from it, lost 1 or 2 men in the fights, and then lost the dragon itself.
And also there was the time where they actually had a gank in bottom lane, used teleport, and dragon didn't spawn because they had the wrong timer, or they didn't have the timer at all. So they actually went down, got nothing from it, then Millenium just moved down, picked up the dragon. Now trying to set up a little trap here, waiting for someone like Kevin to actually go up and clear the minion wave, and therefore manage to pick up a kill. Just expecting Millenium to go for this last tower up in this top lane here, therefore waiting. Let's see who's gonna face check.
Jree.
Well, he can do it.
He's got a Randuin.
Oh, Kevin.
Might actually be Kevin. Hook comes out. They're going to go for Kevin. They will take him down here as well. And the trap works out for the Copenhagen Wolves. Gives them 1 kill back, though. And I'm not sure if...
Seeing it.
They
all got it. No!
Kottenx, what is he doing? face checking in. It's a good kick onto YoungBuck. That was a bit of a comedy of errors from Millenium there.
But still, look here, the base taking so much damage already. The minions actually just going in here. cowTard wise enough, ults back to try and kill as many as possible. Don't want to lose any of these towers here. So Millenium, even though they lost a member, still pushing up.
Pushing up that top lane onto the final inhibitor. And the super minions coming from the bottom lane. There's another wave in the mid lane pushing up as well. I'm not sure that the Wolves can afford to try and defend this third inhib.
It was actually a very smart ward by Copenhagen Wolves, because then YoungBuck with home guard, didn't actually have home guard, but anyway, YoungBuck could teleport behind Millenium and then just flank them and jump onto them. They saw it, cleared it with the sweeping lens. Well, he could have had home guard and do it as well.
You can TP him behind a home guard on off.
He could still TP behind them, so it was very smart they actually cleared it out from Millenium side.
We got you.
That's all.
That's all good. YoungBuck in the meantime is
Buy
down
home guard, please.
on that bottom lane. And Millenium, yeah, pushing up another wave in the mid lane. And Kevin's now coming back, probably feeling a little bit silly after getting caught out there by a full 5-man team of the Copenhagen Wolves, who are camping out nicely. And here is the possible fight as the Wolves sending Airwaks around the side. No Destiny, so cowTard can't do the old Messiah trick of diving in there and using his Zhonya's as he did to little effect really in that last time that they did it here in the mid lane. Also, Baron's coming up in 30 seconds, something we should also keep an eye on.
Millenium actually just waiting for Wolves to engage onto them because they are so much stronger. Don't really want to risk going in and poking too much onto the inhibitor, because from Unlimited or Airwaks coming around from the side here could be very, very deadly. Still, Millenium are so far ahead and so much stronger.
One hit. What they got there is Airwaks is going to come around the side. YoungBuck diving in the middle, but the bomb already goes off. They've killed off Unlimited, but there is a kill back here for the Wolves. This is definitely not over. It's a double, in fact, coming out for cowTard as a good flash from Airwaks gets him away from danger, but 3 men is still alive, and they're the 3 fed guys that I was talking about earlier, and they get the inhibitor anyway.
And this time Woolite was actually left untouched in the backline, therefore he could destroy Kevin and then Jree afterwards. Millenium they went on to Unlimited, killed him, and therefore on YoungBuck afterwards. Can I quote Kobe here and say that teleport really sucked?
Well, it was a Destiny #1, so
still a teleport.
It's not as long. I'm not really sure what cowTard was hoping for in that moment. He obviously thought it could.
He was trying to buy time for the team. No, he was trying to buy time for the team to chase up here, and he would then Sonya's once he came in, and they could join in and actually pick up some kills. Just didn't work for him because the team were too far away. But this is still risky here. Kevin though teleporting in.
Kevin coming in might just be enough, and he's going to be able to keep Cogmore away. The bomb lands. Kevin needs one more. Oh, flash away from Woolite. Left him on hardly anything. And Millenium in the end do get themselves the Baron. And another kill.
Another kill here for Millenium. So still very, very far ahead. Got a mid inhibitor down as well. Could go for the bot one now and then go up to top lane again, trying to finish the game this time around with the Baron. At least they are very, very far ahead. And still, I mean, cowTard again, yeah, so it didn't work for him, but he tried to just delay Millenium here so the team could catch up, pick up a few kills, and maybe Copenhagen Wolves would have gone for the Baron instead. So at least he tried to do something. He knew they were very far behind and just want to try and make a play.
Not really much more to do trying to make plays. You have to take those risks at this stage.
Exactly. I mean, you have to try something.
The game's over anyway. So let's have a look. Morellonomicon picked up. Also picked up on his last trip home.
Sounds very Danish.
Yeah.
Hodor.
So Millenium. Where are they going to go next? Bottom lane, of course, open inhibitor. Not much that can be done to defend that one. There'll be a blue buff as well for Creaton, who's 606 over the 300 CS mark. Actually picking himself up a bit of magic resist on his last trip home. They had, I think, between 1,500 and 2,500 gold a piece to actually spend the last time they went in there. And now they move again towards that open inhibitor. The Wolves going to start to get in. YoungBuck can't afford to take too much damage before a fight starts.
And this time Millenium plays the pink ward behind him to see Airwaks when he comes in to try and flank around. They can take this inhibitor here. YoungBuck took so much damage, just had to back away.
Oh, Q landing onto cowTard there. No follow through though. And Airwaks will be forced to run away from this one. They're onto him though. Actually, they managed to find Airwaks here. Kottenx gonna kick him. Airwaks though will take a lantern back into the base, but will that be enough damage for them to actually get back around? Kerp again knocking them all over the place with that satchel charge.
Kottenx actually tried to kick flash Airwaks here, but because he kicked him first and didn't flash in time, he ended up just kicking him, then flashing onto him, and therefore Airwaks could just take the lantern and back away. Millenium though, it doesn't really matter, because they can just keep poking away here and pushing onto the tower.
Limited. Poked down instantly by Kerp as another wave gonna come flying through. There's more damage. They've managed to hook in Kottenx, but do they really want that? YoungBuck dove into the back. Kottenx actually going down, but they've locked up Woolite. They're gonna dive straight in. The bomb comes through. cowTard goes low, and right now that's a 1 for 2. Make that a 3 for 2, and this is gonna be Airwaks dying as well. Double kill for Woolite before he died. 4 men down on the Wolves side, only 2 on Millenium side. cowTard's gotta be the hero.
And again though, it's Jree setting up the stun, setting up the engage for Millenium. He's been doing it the entire game. Such a great performance by him. Super minions coming in here, Kerp poking away onto cowTard. Millenium should be able to finish this.
Oh, cowTard possibly dead. He's gonna Zhonya's, but that's not gonna save him. The satchel charge was finished off. That's an ace in the end for Millenium, and they're just gonna run straight through the base as the Nexus turret goes down. The Nexus will follow. A solid win, a much needed win here for Millenium.
We talked about how Copenhagen Wolves were weak in the early game here. They needed a lot of farm. They needed some good ults from cowTard and Twisted Fate to really get going. Wanted to get a lot of farm on Woolite, of course, where the Millenium lineup were a lot stronger in the early mid-game parts, and they used it to get ahead here, especially Kerp on Ziggs in his mid lane. Credit to cowTard, had some very nice ults in the early mid-game here, setting up kills for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah.
Just wasn't enough because Kerp got so far ahead, and of course Creaton on Lucian got so far ahead as well. So once it broke out to team fights, Millenium were just stronger and took full advantage of it.
And you see why pretty much more than half of the games, Millenium's opponents have chosen to ban Ziggs against Kerp. And when they don't, he always seems to put up big games. You can all remember that game against the Super Hot Crew. He finished 11-3-6 in this one, just out